And it's up.
Yeah, we are live with the Armored Core 3v3 major tournament hosted with Armored Scrims. I'm Dirk Donk. I'll be casting. I have Fishhooli and Cradle here on the pre-show.
Hey, welcome on in, guys.
Hello.
Now,
How are you guys feeling about your preparedness?
So we're not gonna stay in the caster booth, but preparedness-wise, I'm pretty confident in us, honestly.
Feeling pretty
we
good.
did some scrims against both Javs and Quads, or I believe they're armored losers now, and as well as Bink.
Great, that's the best way to get ready.
A couple of different builds too, so excited to see what we can pull, especially with this kind of rule set where you can swap your build at any point you'd like in the tournament. Didn't like how you did last time. Throw in a different build.
Definitely, very. I think we're getting a better idea for that with threes finally. For a long time we've just been playing what we play.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be a fleshed out. This counters this. This does well against this, or maybe this just doesn't have a place in threes. So excited to see if counter builds are utilized with the freedom to change your build after each match. Yeah, we'll see.
Definitely going to be making notes of how much that rule is taken advantage of.
Obviously, we've got some teams that have been around for a little bit. If we go down the list, we've got 4 teams participating. We got Koolish, of course, here with Dirk. We've got Bink. We've got BLLC. I believe that's the secondary roster that Bink is fielding. They've been around for a little bit. And then Armored Losers, or Jabs and Quads, has been around for a minute. Very winning team.
Possibly the winningest teams of all three, all together.
Anytime they throw their 3 noggins at something, generally something pretty cool happens.
And I think they have a new member as well recently, Strider.
Yeah, as we were scrimming, instead of Toast, they will be fielding Strider during this tournament, and Strider seems to be meshing just fine, I would say, with the other 2 Javs and Quad veterans.
It's impressive. Yeah, they're not swapping out a shot caller or anything, so it definitely makes it a little bit easier to just come in and have someone tell you who to shoot if you've got the skill. That definitely makes it a lot easier to pick up a sub.
Oh, 100%.
That, I wanted to talk about Bink a little bit, because what they've got going on is really interesting to see. It almost feels a little bit like a clan of sorts. People tend to join the Armored Scrims community, and when they find a group of people to play with, they just happen to end up in Bink.
They're very
A lot of the time, yeah.
Like cult-like almost, not in a bad way, but
all the good parts of a
welcoming.
cult.
Yeah, a sense of community.
I guess Bink is a cult now. Let's go. No, and expanding on that, I think Bink has improved so much during their time here at Armored Scrims. So I'm really excited to see what Bink and BLLC bring to the table during this tournament, how they perform. I'm excited to see how we perform. I'm excited to see how Armored Losers performs, what each team brings to the table, as threes has evolved over time. We've been operating on the same patch for far too long, one might say. But
Objectively too long, yeah.
But some evolutions have occurred over time, so we'll see what happens.
Yep, even within the old patch, there's still new interactions to find with 6 ACs on the field.
Yeah.
And I hate to cut it short, but with 1:30 left, Koolish is going to take their leave. We're going to start preparing for our match.
All right.
We're going to leave Dirk to it.
Leave Dirk to it. Very capable hands.
Yep.
Huge shout out to Dirk for the shoutcast as well. Huge help. huge help in putting this all together. So, do want to leave on that note.
Yep, and they did turn on the air conditioning, and I'm listening to my favorite music, so don't worry, I'm okay.
All right, we'll hop down. Thanks again, Dirk, and hope everyone has a fantastic time.
All right, I've got 54 seconds to greet you guys. Balls deep, the Armored Scrims channel themselves. Treasured Light, hello, buddy. Big Piss, the biggest piss. Good morning, welcome in. I hope you're all excited for a 4-team face-off in Armored Core 6. We've got 3v3s going on, best of 5s every match. And I think I've got a bracket to share with you guys. Let me just make some adjustments quick. All right, that's looking good. That's looking good. Ammo. Hell yeah. It's growing. There we go. We have a bracket. Very exciting bracket. Oh, what did I do? What have I done to my OBS? Oh. All right. We're now at the end of the countdown. The lobby's going to start filling up. First, we're going to be looking at Koolish versus Bink. This is best of 5 teams. I'm going to need to know where I'm getting your map selections, bans, and all that. So please do make me aware of that. Where's my game? Excellent. All right. A little bit of bookkeeping on my end. We have Koolish and Bink. Of course, neither team has scored anything yet. All done by hand, organically, by me. It's helping the environment every time I manually set one of these fields. So keep that in mind. Keeping emissions down here at Armored Scrims. If you guys could all have names of the same length, that would really, really speed up this process. But fear not, I'm willing to do the work. Roger. Gimme map, Liz. Do. All right, we all got our tags on. Thank you. That makes things great for me. Alpha. We've got the piss. We've got balls deep. We're waiting for the last member of Bink. Mr. Balls, good morning. Rorik the Reaper. Hey. Toasty as well. Hope you guys are excited. We're going to be getting into this first match as soon as possible. I'm just watching for the map selection. I'm going to need everyone to give me their favorite Armored Core opening cutscene really quick. Just doing some data collection here. Just going to write a quick email to FromSoft about which game they need to remaster immediately. I'm going to draft a professional one. I'm going to use ChatGPT to write it. It's going to be great. For me, it's kind of hard to top Last Raven, although I think Nexus is also really goddamn good. Mole, just in time. Xylem and Spaceport are banned for our stream match here between Koolish and Bink. There's my last Bink member. Guys, make sure you're following the channel so you can keep up to date with all the latest tournament news and happenings around here. My tournaments will still be on my channel, but I'll be casting here as well every time we got some serious business to do. First map, Bertram Spaceport. All right. Big B. It's actually old Bertram Spaceport. Oh, they banned that. You goobers. Do you mean Jorgen? You mean Jorgen? I bet it's Jorgen. I'm predicting Jorgen. Big brain. My brain is huge. Wait, Piss isn't in lobby? Look. Jorgen it is. Please hold. Okay. I'm setting Jorgen until I hear otherwise. All right, teams. We have everyone assigned. The map is set. When you're ready. Excellent. We are loading in first match of round 1. All right. Here we are. Wow. All right. So we've got RJ Zims, we've got Biped Sims, and we've got a boat going on for the Bink team. This Zimmer is going for a blade finish. They've got a split missile for just general harassment, extra stability, and the kicks, of course, lethal in close range. The other Zimmy is a more standard Zimmy Fasan punish, giving it excellent long-range punish with the Fasans and the ability to single-handedly stagger a target pretty dang quick. Great flexible build, although a little bit vulnerable to getting surrounded in a team fight. Their final teammate rounding it off is a boat with a all missile loadout hanging out above the fight. Early damage going on to T-Light and Fish. Splitting a bit onto Koolish as well. I'm always going to combine their names. Early staggers going out. The big punish on Fish. Looks like terminal armor is going to get popped. It was traded also onto Piss. The AP advantage currently on Alpha Team with Koolish. Both giving us some great camera angles. Always appreciate that. Koolish may be the second target. They managed to tear down balls deep in the meantime. And it looks like T-Light is going to be left alone as Cradle dives in with the kick and now trying to just dodge whatever damage is going to be coming out during the TA. Not getting away from it, though, meaning some major follow-up's going to come after that missile barrage. Cradle getting TA'd as this fight begins. T-Light did get taken out, though, meaning that their team is currently going to be 2v3 until Cradle dies. And unfortunately, they haven't gotten that done yet. Fish now TA'd as well. Ball's the only member of his team alive, and it's going to be a very quick TA. Let's see what he can clean up in the meantime, though. Score lead currently for Koolish at 490 to 218. Here we see Fish getting away with it, as I like to say, although the boat won't let that happen. 1 damage managing to come out. T-Light getting peeled splendidly with that pulse blade, interrupting the chase. Hooli now in TA and unable to secure a serious reversal. Zimmermans will clean that up. Checking in on our RJ Pisser, coming in behind the quad and should have the energy to get within kick range here. There it is. Blade's going to follow up, extending for the team as well. You see how that extra stagger made the rest of the shots land as the missiles came soaring in from off screen. I've had my doubts about Blade as many of us have in threes, as you leave yourself vulnerable with a long combo. But you're also making the enemy vulnerable. So if there isn't someone punishing you for doing it, you can really come out on top in terms of time control. RJ, getting RJ'd though, not enough stability to get looked at by 2 people in close range. The Fasans don't need to come out here. I'm wondering maybe if there's somewhere else to be looking. The kill is finished off though, T-Light at 1 AP, and the missiles will clean that up. Cradle does get the rejection with the quad kick and falls out of the Fasan. Shotguns afterwards though are enough for the stagger, kick, extend. The Zimmermans miss the second shot, meaning that Cradle escapes with half AP and his teammates are both alive, meaning this is a 3v2 if they can get grouped up. 982 to 826, still anyone's game with 2 minutes on the clock. Remember, this is a best of 5. Cradle kind of got away with it for a bit there, but there's the punish. Kick, Zimmerman, and the Pulse Blade. Gonna be a quick TA. Bish followed up on as well. It looks like only Hooli is healthy. Hooli's probably gonna want to think about getting out of here. If you're a shot caller on your team, you need to be catching situations like this and letting your third player know. They gotta get out, otherwise they're gonna get TA'd, and by the time you're respawning, they'll be down and you're still not grouped up. Oh, coming in for the kick on the TA means that you are now within hooling range. The punish comes through, balls deep, now looking incredibly unhealthy, TA'd by the team. You see how that plays out. If you are diving in on someone who's about to get TA'd, you are risking too much for too little. Looks like just going to be going for some kicks there. Blade doesn't quite get the full extension, meaning that the Zimmermans are going to catch him with that buck. 1 AP, easy to deal with shotguns. T-Light now finding himself quite alone as Balls Deep has only just respawned. Now you see what they're diving into. They're diving into only fish. Only fish. This fight could have gone much, much more in Koolish's favor. Great job by Piss, Balls Deep, and T-Light from keeping that from spiraling out of control. Short break in the action, followed by 2 immediate staggers. Balls Deep going to be getting caught by, looked like Hooli, and Cradle got caught as well. With 10 seconds on the clock, Cradle is the only viable target. T8 at 7 seconds means that it will be available. And 2-1, the shot needed to be out. It is. Last second kill secured, but it's 1 short. Koolish is going to take round 1. Okay, we're going to have another map selection coming up very shortly here. That was a nice, tight match. That's what we'd like to see. Catch up on chat for a moment. Doru, hey, how you doing? Happy to be casting over here at Armored Scrims. You know, that map is such a brawl. There's plenty of cover that kind of saves it from being almost insufferable. But when you spawn in on that map, you are at most 5 to 10 seconds from pure gaming bliss. Dunes. Which Dunes is on our list? Dunes A. All right. Got it. The better Dunes, really. And we're not kidding anyone here. Dunes A is simply better. There's more cover. Are we banning Dunes? Is that the ban? That is their ban. Okay, so we're not going to be on Dunes. I just selected it. I understand the situation completely. You can look at the builds here. Ooh, Hooli's doing something a little different. So what used to be an LRA paired with this LRB is now an Etzogen. The best 5 secondary map bans are excluded from the rule set. Clear. All clear. I understand. We are getting into game 2 of this best of 5 between Koolish and the Bink team. I need to check that my overlay isn't covering anything important. I forgot to look. Real shit. Caster moment, everyone. Friendly reminder, I'm doing this for free, so if you are not happy with your service, remember, you can direct all complaints to the Armored Scrims team. It does cover just a little bit, doesn't it? It does cover just a little bit. That's all right. Early earshots coming out. Nothing of note coming of it, though. Looks like Cradle has elected for a brand new build. This is normally the quad player you're looking at here. Now on a biped, earshots, MLTs. Remember, you can get it swapping. Shoddy swap build here from Fish. And Hooli's still on that LRB Etzogen. Etzogen great for confirming kills. It's got pretty dang good stagger output. Charge shot there doing a huge chunk to piss, getting him into TA. Don't think he's going to get much value out of that. Mean T-Light is all alone with that. T-Light, ooh, I wouldn't be APing in there, buddy, but punish, follow up, and TA. Now, there are 2 members on 1 AP from Koolish. Despite that 354 lead, there is potential for momentum here. It's now 2v1 Cradle, the only one alive. Need to find someone alive for a camera. Getting kicked, getting knocked all over the map. Giving space. Earshots got off, but not quite on target. Always scary when someone with earshots is in TA territory. Well, melee being good in 3s is more about melee as a punish versus melee as a lifestyle. Melee as a lifestyle still has a bit of a hard time, but melee as a punish has a way of extending combos for your team, doing ton of damage, and interrupting assault boosts. Cheese. Basan shot getting good value there. Cradle into TA. Hooli on 1 AP. This could be a full team reset for Koolish, and that's going to swing the score lead pretty massively. Remember what I was saying? That 300-point deficit at the start of the match could be momentum? That's what I meant. 771 now for Bink. They're looking mighty strong this match on Dunes. Let's see if they can avoid the big punish from Fish here. Fish having all kinds of close range damage. Unfortunately, the angle there was too high, having to finish it with a kick. Still got the TA, though. Definitely value. Piss currently having a hard time locking down Hooli as he slips around the outside of the battle. There's the stagger. Gets interrupted from the melee combo by his own TA. Still gets the value, though. The kick being just such a menace. You trade a bunch of stability for that kick, so you better be getting value with it. Boat now in full evasive, as you should be. Hoping that Balls Deep can get in here, do some peeling. I think that's big damage onto Fish. There's the stagger. No kick because you don't want to make your teammates miss. Very, very, very good game sense there from Treasured Light. Fish going to be TA'd in time with Balls Deep, meaning roughly 2v2, but advantage goes Koolish for AP. Not going to get value with the shotguns, but here we find Hooli just on the outside of the battle, extending the stagger with a kick, getting out of the pulse blade, I think. Hard to tell if those connected or not, but Hooli's going to be into a TA. Just enough to catch Big, and it's Fish on his own, waiting for respawns. Does Bink know? Bink knows. Respawns are going to be critical here. Cradle getting an optimal respawn, incredibly close to the fight. Going to be able to get damage in while Fish is getting punished. What's Fish going to do with this TA? That should be a stagger if they can catch the Zims. TA even. I don't know what Cradle got caught by there. Must have been maybe a kick? That was weird. Big punish from the blade. Additional follow-up required, though, for the TA, costing precious moments. Fully looking rather comfortable until he's not. Wow. Bink is laser focused on every single TA. It's giving them a 2-kill lead, 3-kill lead. And they're getting a great cycle of kills here. Notice that we haven't seen Koolish all together in a long time. It has been 2v3, 3v2, trading it back and forth, with Bink coming out on top points. Wow. 400 point split with 8 seconds. The last member of the team even alive is T-Light, with TA available too far away. Secured for Bink. It's now 1-1. Good game, both teams. Incredibly high action. Just what I like to see. Taking a look at our scores here, it's Piss and Hooli putting up the most. Although Koolish was all down the middle. Even scores, even participation. I believe that's Mr. Piss on the RJ Melee build. Showing that, yeah, you can score a ton of points with this kind of action. Nope, that's balls deep. I need the Piss. Yup. RJ, Zims, and a Blade. Incredible punish, good utility. Just a bit squish. Just a bit squish. Just waiting for my next map pick here, and we will get into game 3 between these two. RJ doing money. It's true. It's true. And you know the nice thing about going with a Pulse Blade for punish over something like dual Facans is you don't have to bring 2 Facans. Like, I cannot overstate how valuable that is. That is a large chunk of your energy pool, of your weight pool. Pulse Blade is just so much more efficient for the numbers that you get out of it. City B is our choice from Koolish. Thank you very much. Lock it in, teams, when you're ready. Man, I would love to take one of these 3v3 ACs up against the Elden Ring DLC. It is getting frustrating, let me tell you guys. Not going to talk about anything in particular about it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but man, if that's kind of effort they're putting into the games, let's see it applied to the next AC game. I want to see it. I want to see it. Challenge me like that game challenges me. You know, when I first played through the Armored Core 6 campaign, the only fights that really gave me an issue were Enforcer at 4 a.m. while drinking, Air at, or Ibis at 6 a.m. still drinking, and Air at, God, I want to say like 8 to 10 a.m. And I had just like eaten my first food since the game launched. But in subsequent playthroughs, it's really pretty cake, man. I think we could be challenged even more. Return me to Occupy Car Pulse. Looking for any team switches. We're not seeing any from the Binksters. Did somebody ring the Binkster? How do I control camera with controller? Can I do that? Guess not. Very cool. Fredo going to be getting the high ground. Back on his quadruped. Fish still on the quad shotgun biped. Hooli hasn't changed a thing. I mean, why would you? Bill's got all. Who's going to be the early engage? Boat's kind of teasing a bit forward there. Fish aggressing. And the kick misses, means that the RJ is in a vulnerable situation. Fish is going to get staggered. Let's see what the team can do for punish. The Blade extends it. They should TA there. Meanwhile, balls deep off screen, getting absolutely clapped. TA'd immediately. Piss as well, looking unhealthy. That means AP advantage goes towards Koolish with 2 healthy players. Their stagger bars are pretty high, though. Cradle probably going to get staggered here. First Blade hit misses. Second one won't, as Big Piss finally does go down. Capture the T-Light angle for just a moment. They're going to have to try to stay alive. Their team is respawning, but they're staggered in the middle of a ton of damage. The extension's managing to last long enough for the TA, and the whole team now is scrambling for the corners. The missiles land, though. Got dragged off target by their lock-on, and ouch. That full volley can do a lot of stability and a lot of damage. Missiles are really weakest when the player being shot at is staring right at the launcher. Interrupted there, not going to get away with it. Zim Fasan build getting locked down by quad shotguns. It has the extra extensions to just keep you locked in place longer. However, the team has come to help. Fish peeled off. Gonna have to try to get value here. No way they survive much longer. They're gonna have to do something with their TA. They can finish off one. Oh, shot early. And pulled a bit of attention away from Cradle, who is now finding himself alone with T-Light. The two missile players hanging out, having a good time. Big damage on the T-Light. Not enough to finish, though. They're missing their big punish when Fish is not on the field. Fish's shotguns are a chunk of their damage on punish. Good damage modifiers on them, the extensions. It helps a build like Koolish just get a bit more time on target with that LRB, with that Etsogen. Now, a lot of the time you will see Hooli floating around the outside of the fight, basically ABing just when there's a sure deal, like that 1 AP. Charge shot, dancing for style points. I've seen the Melander C3 arms. They're dang good at aiming. They're pretty efficient to fit. They're one of my favorites for this kind of situation. Piss looking like the focus. All three locked onto him. The kick was unnecessary, though, and it's going to result in a lot of punish damage from the animation. Just skirting out of the Fasans, avoiding the immediate TA. Hooli being left alone now as all the focus is on Fish. Both living players currently locked onto him with hard lock. Meaning Hooli can do whatever he wants, getting big damage on the T-Light. Fish survived as well. Piss, the only healthy member, just respawned. Going to have to try to salvage this situation somehow. Might be running into a 1v3. I think where I piss, I'd be out of here. I'd be out of this deal. Unfortunately, no chance of that. This map's a little bit small. The respawn on the hill is not obscured from anything, and Koolish are locked on. All three members on the pister. Punish is there. It's going to be an immediate TA. Fish got caught. I think Fish got caught by the Fasans. Now trying to do something with it. The kick extension for an extra shotgun shot. Wow. Incredible use of 1 AP there. It looks like their whole team's going to get a reset with 1,500 points on the board versus 800, 50 seconds on the clock. Unless Bink can get something crazy going momentum-wise, I'm talking kill chain for the next 40 seconds, it's going to be very difficult. Right up against the edge of the map. Fish and Hooli, no interest in taking an engagement right now, and why should they? Even if he gets staggered right now, probably going to go down, sure. But that's still a 4-kill lead. They take the fight now. I mean, you might as well. You might as well. Sure, you could just run and win on points. You might still win by 1 kill, 2 kill. But you could also score more points. I mean, when your pride's on the line, what are you going to do? And Koolish will lock in their second win. High scorers going to Hooli and T-Light this time with an even score up the board from Bink. All right, I need the final map. It's going to come from Bink. Or actually, it's not necessarily even the final map. Nope. No running it back. We're going through maps. So theoretically, at some point, there won't even be a choice. All right, I'm gonna refill my water. They're selecting their map, and then we start the next game. Looks like we're gonna be on City or Grid 86. City or Grid 86. That's gonna be Grid 86B. To Brawl or to Michigan, that is the question. Michiganing is optimal, keep that in mind. Is selected. It's 86. Teams, when you are ready. Looks like they're readying up. That's it. Game 3 starting now. Now, this has been one of my favorite maps for a long time. It's got its flaws. We all know them. List them off if you know them. New stagger extend escape thing against fish? Please detail it in chat so I can review. I don't think I'm familiar with that. Here they are. Koolish. No changes from last match. Playing into the Bink. Also sticking to their guns. They had one very strong win. Why not get another? Let's see how much neutral game we end up with here. Koolish. Cradle sticking to his up to the left strat and paying off. Fish playing out front, playing low. And not playing into any earshots. The only manual aim threat is the facades. Getting in behind Piss. Good angle. Hooli immediately TA'd though. Cake lands for TA. Got enough generator to get away? Not quite. Already having to turn around. Stagger extended into his own TA. That could mean 2 members down early. T-Light, the one being traded back on the Bink side. We're going to end up with a 1v1 between Cradle and Balls Deep in just a moment. Unless T-Light doesn't get finished. The 1 AP Tank God kicking into TA fearlessly. Fish now coming back into the fight. Hardlock doing what Hardlock does, just flinging that camera around. Hold on to your seats. The stagger did go through onto the RJ. Very low standard stability, meaning that these shotguns are having a field day, but getting roped into it, you know, chasing into TA, especially against an RJ with Zimmermans, has not been paying off very well. Not able to find a target there as balls deep. Now at 1 AP, looking for value. Kooli trying not to give it to him. Escaping away in the long range. Etsugin's going to plink off, deflecting off the armor. Just enough for the kill. T-Light and Piss are both alive here. 3v2. T-Light immediately staggered, but the punish is hard to do on a boat. Not because they're hard to hit. Oh no. They've just got high energy resist and high AP. Interesting. Wow. So using the reload mechanic on charging energy weapons on the back. That is really strange. It seems like a bug. Paul Steve just taking a little bit too long to go down there. A little bit too long as the team respawns. Respawning into a 2v3. Cradle is back. At this point in time, I would expect they want to play extremely aggressive. There it is. Fish not able to get out, though. Wow. That must have been a full hit from the Zimmermans on the RJ, doing that much stability. Who do we got here? Hooli just got his stagger reset. Fresh bar. Third AP. Playing extremely aggressive. Probably going to want to get in on that boat. Can't, though, as Big Piss coming out of nowhere like an RJ Goblin. Kick comboed, though. This is going to fill up his ACS immediately. TA to follow. And Hooli is getting away with it. Someone's got to look at him. He's 1 AP. He's putting a bunch of extra damage here. They aren't able to. I think Hooli off-screen TA'd T-Light before going down. Fish being the only one alive right now. I think into 3 players. Needs to knock one off the board. 2 is not going to be that target. It's all about now what he can set up for his team. Just setting the table here. 2 1 AP players for Cradle and Hooli to take care of. Could put themselves in a 2v1 if they play it right. Oh, it doesn't even have to be charged. They just press it. Wow, that's fucked up. Cradle now and just locked down by 1 player, playing as aggressively as possible. Knows his team is there, but didn't get away from the TA and now going to pay for it. You know, you could check. You could check when you are the block player of the 1 person alive, you know, and they've got their TA ready. Be very good. I think he was looking for the self-immolation there. It actually robs points. It reduces the enemy's score from the kill by 10 points if you fall off the map. And that adds up over time. When you think about just how many kills happen per match, we have like 15 kills. 10 points per kill. It's going to be 150 score difference. And one thing we haven't quite labbed, and I think we need to get data on, is what happens when the VIP falls off the map. If you can deny VIP points, that's even crazier. Only a 57-point split separates the 2 teams this time. The 3rd win is going to go to Koolish, moving them on to the next round in the winner's bracket. Let's get that bracket up then and give you guys a quick rundown on what is going to be broadcasted. Michigan Tech diff, indeed. The sync spawns? It's hard to say when that's valuable and when it's not, you know? You really have to be able to read the room and perfectly assess whether you can get value enough for your team to score more points because of it, or if it would just be better to respawn. So, we just watched 1-1, 1-2 played in the background, Armored loses versus BLLC, which means next up we're going to be streaming L11, which is going to be between Bink and Well, I don't have teams reported scores yet. Looks like they had a bit of a gentleman's agreement there to not do the binking bop jump move. It's simply too OP after all. This'll do. This will do. Who's joining my lobby? Ooh, okay. All right, I'm going to be checking for map in just a sec. Excellent. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. That's not right at all. See, I went through all this effort. Seems like it's going to be BLLC. Based on what I see in the chat. Stand by. We're just grabbing the right teams, getting everyone updated. Man, Armored Core soundtracks. Something else. This is from Armored Core 4. Rain. That's art. Welcome in everyone to the Armored Core Scrims, our first 3v3 collaboration group effort, official 3v3 tournament together. I am Dirk Donk. I am your voice in your head that tells you to do things. Do your laundry. Fold your clothes. Immediately after. Don't forget to hug your mom. Because I did. Of course I've got Robo Combat in my playlist. Any Leos, Klein, enjoyers? He was right, you know. All right, map selection. I just need to hear from VLLC. All right, Spaceport and City A are currently out of the selection. Will we see a Jorgen first pick or perhaps a Spaceport? Oh, I know, the Spaceport's banned. I am a fool. I am a fool. Perhaps Dunes. It is Dunes. They had a great match on it against Koolish. Why not run it back? Teams, when you're ready. Okie dokie. Loading in. Dunes A. The best Dunes map. Better covered. No changes for the Bink crew. Sticking to what they know. If it works, don't fix it. A T-light up in the air. Balls deep, avoiding the MAME. Neutral on this map. Very fun back and forth. A little bit of dodgeball action. Early damage onto T-light. They're throwing missiles at the boat. Ahaceros receiving it on the beta end. Focus now. Ooh. The Pister survives the punish. Rorik, on the other hand, will not. TA'd immediately. Trades back onto Piss. With Saros followed up on as well. Means that we are going to see an early lead from Bink. It's going to matter how this momentum plays out. The earshots onto Balls Deep going to secure the terminal armor. I think one of those facades hit. That's impressive. Sometimes the FCS giveth, indeed. Piss kick miss. Earshots miss Piss. Gets in on the quad and trades into the hammer with the blade. Definitely the right play there. However, the peel coming in going to mean that Piss is going to get TA'd and might not catch the Lamb, who's on the quick boost button. Nope. A kick will land as soon as that Coral Gen hits red line. Now these Fasans are looking for their target. Couldn't get him off before the stagger. Unfortunate. It means they have to charge up again. And when an opponent is assault boosting away from you, they're going to get out of that Fasan damage before it can do much substantial. It's only ever going to tickle unless it's enough to get the stagger. I've experienced that many, many times myself playing that build. Piss getting staggered in the middle of the fight. The only one healthy. Balls Deep is respawning. Balls Deep needs to stay out of this fight. Is not staying out of this fight. Trying to get something going. Big damage on the Lamb. Gonna TA it, sure. But kicking into the TA in the middle of a team alone. Very fortunate to not find himself instantly staggered after the kick. Only happening now a few seconds later. And securing a kill on top of it. Balls Deep just making all the... maybe all the wrong choices, but all the right responses to the trouble that's come afterward. managing to get a lot done before going down. His team now here for the 2v2, 2v3 until the fast goes down. Now 1v2 with the respawns coming up for beta faster. BLLC playing very strong right now. 1 kill up, 2 minutes into the end of the match. English failure for just a moment. What can Balls Deep do out of the stagger? I think that kick landed on the tank despite what the camera did. And getting up and away. Not going to land on an A being away target. Balls Deep realizing the situation. Only one alive on his team. 2 members alive for BLLC. Don't want to be too close to that. Not at all. Even if you have big damage output on your build, if they can stagger you first, and they can 2v1, it doesn't matter. You might not get any value at all. Looks like BLLC was able to locate him. And if they secure that kill, it's 3v2 until a Haceros gets finished off. Not getting the RJ kick is going to be rough now to get away. TA popped. Time to run. Dang, that earshot was perfectly timed right after the quick boost. Coming in from overhead. Ahaceros is playing a fairly aggressive lamb here. A bit unusual is that MLTL4 and the triple split missiles. Fast reloads, reliable hits, and then a hammer to do presumably hammer activities. Fortunately, getting in to do hammer activities with that little amount of AP and that big of a hitbox means you can get shredded very quickly, and that appears to be what happened here. Getting away with it, as we like to say. Extra hammer on the stagger. The missiles will connect, though, and finish up the kill. Now, Rorik and the Fast are in a tough situation here. There's 2 of them left. They want to fight it out. Yes, of course. But the match is over, and they've won. That snuck up on me there. Only a 1 kill split. Managing to eke it out. Top scorer is going to T-Light on the boat, and Ahaceros on the wacky quad that I don't fully understand, but I don't have to understand everything that's on the screen. All right, now there's no more bans, so we're just going to map choices. We're going to Xylem. It's our city. And it floats. And I wish they would give us Xylem in orbit. Come on, you know it, I know it. Xylem in orbit would be a profoundly based map. Map is set. Fast, making a minor modification, and we are going in. Xylem, one of my longest favorite maps of all time in this game. We started using it a ton in our 1v1 lobbies in the early days, and when we moved into 3v3s, it was just a natural step to pick this map. We knew it was good from ones, we knew the cover, and it just became a staple very quickly. It's one of the few maps where you can respawn and not immediately be within visual range of an opponent. Maps like Watchpoint, either Watchpoint map, I think are a perfect example of why broken sight lines are extremely important. If a player is hovering above the middle of the map, ooh, okay, the fast. I think they changed up their missile loadout. If someone's hovering above the middle of the map, they can see every single spawn point and notify their team, and you can get jumped on before the rest of your team can respawn and regroup. And there's no way to fall off the map, so you have no control over your respawn timers. Early damage onto Piss. Wow. Immediately staggered. The punish isn't enough to kill, though. And you really don't want to have stagger someone twice. I mean, that is just incredibly inconvenient. Easy to tell why. Aha, Seros. Not getting looked at currently. The focus is on the fast, which means they want to interrupt and peel. They're going to pull the shotgun Fasaner off, which is extremely helpful. And the fast gets away with it, but they turn around all on the quad. No AP. Big hitbox. The shots are going to land. 1 AP. Getting away with it a little bit here. Taking way too long to go down. Drawing a ton of attention, meaning that T-Light and Balls Deep got damaged while trying to finish that kill. Pulling eyes is sometimes as important as getting kills. Sometimes. But what you're really doing is just making it easier for your teammate to shoot someone. That looks like Piss dueling it out, getting away with plenty of AP and stagger to spare for this next engagement. They're going to be able to get the kick on the... Not even needing the kick. Pulse armor gets away, not going for the kick on the terminal armor. Getting to a safe distance with their shotguns. Easy, secure. And until they go down, they've secured the 3v2. The fast getting punished hard on the stagger. Right into terminal armor. BP himself at 1 AP going down, as well as Balls Deep into the TA as well, which means that BLLC has the advantage in this fight. They're down 200 points, so they got to pull some momentum here and start shifting that score. What's T-Light got going on? Oh, getting kicked is just a rough place to be as a boat. Your AB is your escape, and getting kicked interrupts the AB. You know how it goes. Kick the boat. Looks like the missiles did squeak in and get the secure while they got the earshots on the other player. Great splitting of priorities there. Getting all their weapon systems in use on 2 different targets. Earshot sneaking in from off screen, but the punish damage wasn't there. Balls Deep gonna take a bit of extra work, a bit of extra attention. It's gonna delay the efforts of BOLC. TA finally popped. Balls Deep goes down as 2v1. 2v1? Not yet. Not yet. Squeaked away, forcing the earshots. A longer cooldown. And survived long enough for the help to arrive. Very nearly getting the momentum back. Minute and a half left. 2 kill split. BP trying to inch around the buildings. Get the shot on the lamb unawares, which means most of the pellets will connect even at that range. Big hitbox means shotguns are having a field day. Kick gonna go too far. Too far. Ironically, being super close to the RJ makes the kick harder to land. It's in that mid-range where you are in the bone zone. 2 kill split staying in effect. What's T-Light gonna do? 1v1 against the fast. The fast didn't get around the missiles, meaning they get staggered, but missile builds can't punish solo. They can't do it. Earshots will go wide. AB strafing, doing its job. Boat, however, needs peel. 2 players looking at the boat means it's going to get staggered in just a moment here. Follow-up is there. It's not there. I've spoken too soon. 100 AP making another missile barrage. Another few seconds of attention. Giving that extra time to Piss and Balls Deep, hopefully to get something going here. Dodging the Zimmermans expertly underneath to finish the 1 AP opponent. Not going to get TA'd. and extending that fight just a bit longer. 13 seconds, 3-kill split. It's not looking possible from this point. Bink's going to take game 2. All right, we're to our third map. Gonna need that. How are you all enjoying the match so far? Hope you're finding it as exciting as I am. It's great watching these teams work together with such precision. Obliterating targets as they get staggered. Bink's looking really, really tight on those kill confirms. BOLC putting on a great show as well. They're a younger team. Not in age, but in time of formation. And this is a game mode where experience pays out dividends. Contaminate city. Because you have to know more builds at a single time. And you have to know how they're going to work together. And you have to know how your 3 builds work together. You have to know when you need to spend your long cooldown weapons, when you don't. You know when you need to go in for the kick and when you should absolutely never kick. Gotta know callouts. You gotta know map spawns. Knowing map spawns is just gigantic in terms of how much of an advantage you can pull from it. Furthermore, you can manipulate spawns. You can manipulate spawn timings, and you can manipulate location to some extent. The opposing team does influence it as well. But if you are on one side and they are on the other side, their teammate is going to spawn closer to them than you, usually. Waiting for our last person to ready it up. Here they are. No major build changes. Loving the use of the hammerhead on the boat. A great knowledge collection tool. Long scan range, long scan duration. Means you can make callouts for your team. Meanwhile, on the other side, they're going stat heavy heads. All right. Early damage has gone wide. Most players able to avoid it. Missiles finding home, though, on Rorik as multiple players lock onto him. T-Light receiving the damage, but at that range, there is no way they're going to punish that boat enough. Rorik, however, came in aggressive and got immediately TA'd. Great follow-up from the Bink crew. Balls Deep now on the receiving end. Going to get TA'd as well, getting traded back and forth. Rorik was followed up on, though, meaning it's 3v2 until Balls Deep goes down. T-Light and Piss gonna have to take advantage of that if they want to squeak out this early lead, as BLLC has gotten away with the VIP. The Fast and Aha Zeros both TA'd with Rorik respawn means that this is looking like a mean kill cycle right now. Rorik's gonna be caught out alone with all 3 members of Bink alive, and when the 2 members who are down already get back, Rorik's gonna be on his respawn timer. Let's see if they can catch the spawn location early. Scanning for it is T-White. T-White spots him. Both players spawned right next to each other. It's 2v2, and the advantage does go towards Beta in terms of AP. Rurik now back. All members on the field. Who's going to keep this lead? It looks like Bink, that kill cycle, is going to remain in effect. They can get this finish on Rurik, get the stagger on Aha. The Fast could be spawning into a 1v2. Nope. They've got the T-Light on term. Say that 10 times fast. Meaning that it's not going to be another kill cycle situation. In fact, they could be reversing it right now if they can get balls deep at the right timing. Doesn't look like it. We are just in brawling territory then, as both teams generally have the same amount of players alive. EP trying to chase down the Fast. The TA will come out. Now you want to get off the ground and away from that guy, man. Ear shots into the feet, all too common. It's like assault armor, but better. Balls Deep was supporting there, but the kill is secured. 2v1 now. They should secure Aha Seros. That's what they want to be doing right now. And that's going to be another kill cycle with 2 minutes left on the board. These late kill cycles are game enders. Uh-oh, getting shot from behind and didn't turn around for it. Balls Deep looking like he's going to get staggered by this next push from the Zims. Extended. No follow-up from the rest of BLLC, though. And the Fast is going to play it smart and get to the edge of the map. Unfortunately, there's no hard cover here, meaning that every single member of Bink is immediately aware of his location. This Aha Seros spawned in behind Beta. Very, very risky spawn. They have no choice over that, though. It's not like it was an option. Looking to make the most of it, though. Now coming up on the boat. Extended. Damage is there. The boat will TA. Zimmerman players having a bit of a brawl. Escaping the pulse blade. Escaping the worst of it. Meaning that Piss will get TA'd. And if Rurik skirts away, not enough. Piss has enough speed to catch up. It was going to require a perfect Zimmerman dodge anyway. Odds were a bit low. Balls Deep hanging out just above terminal. Probably the most annoying amount of AP for any player to have in this game mode, because you can hit them with anything in the game. Earshot, Etsogen, it's probably going to have about the same amount of effect. It's going to put them in the TA. Finally going down. Rurik and the Fast are kind of grouped up. And we have a 2v2, which means that the Fast needs to get in here and support his teammate. A good manual earshot could hit both targets right now. Not quite. Shot from low. The movement from the pulse blade is enough to avoid the earshots. That was a pivotal moment right there. With 15 seconds, though, it might not have swung the match. No TAs. The Purge is coming out. It's going to be a second win for Bink. Well played from both teams. High scorers. Piss consistently on top with that melee RJ. Let's pull up that build so you can inspect for your notes, shall we? There it is. If Michigan played a reverse joint, it would probably look something like this. Nice understated paint job too. Not like bright colors or anything, but it all looks excellent with these sort of dark hues. I appreciate that. Score update 2-1 in this best of 3. All right. BLLC. Hey, good to see you, Carpet Diem Zero. Lulu Jeanette. Glad you're enjoying the matches today. You know, it takes a lot to get 6 adults online at the same time, let alone 12? Absolute madness. Big thank you for the teams for coming out to play today. Jorgen, it is. Teams, when you're ready. And in our winners bracket, we have Armored Losers up 2-1 and Koolish could bring it back with 2 more wins. Like everyone's readying up. Bing versus BLLC, the 2 Bing teams facing off. Only one of these teams gets to stay. Commencing hostilities. Let's go. Don't forget to make sure you are followed up on this channel so that you get notifications for go lives for all Armored Scrims events, not only 3v3s but perhaps 1v1s as well. And get yourselves in the Discord if you want to stay connected with everyone in the community, keeping these fights alive. All right. Same builds, same players, new map. Let's see how this shakes out. Early damage on T-Light. They're just finding that boat with their missiles. It's big. It's in the air. It's not by cover. Might as well shoot at it. You can see how much of an impact that has. Just throwing missiles their way. You don't necessarily have to chase the boat. I would, in fact, advise against it, but throw your missiles at the boat at least. Early damage going onto the Pister. Balls Deep also gets staggered. Neither player knocked out of the fight. Meanwhile, Rorik got much more finely focused and immediately put into TA. Now the focus is on to Ahaceros with only one staying on to confirm the kill on Rorik. Great delegation of duties there. Ahaceros in a tough situation now. It's still 2v2, but it's going to be 2v1 very shortly, especially if they can escape the retaliation during terminal armor. Got to turn around and finish that quad now. They're just getting away with it. No one locked on Ahaceros yet. Now someone noticed. Perhaps they were saving the kill. Perhaps they were looking for forcing the 3v2. Now 2v1. Keeping the advantage in numbers by delaying a kill is 100% a valid strategy that you'll hear teams doing if you hang out in comms. Only a 1 kill split. Minute and a half in. The brawl started right away. There wasn't much neutral game this time. Just a couple of missile volleys before we kicked into the action. T-Light at high stagger, but not followed up on. Ahaceros, meanwhile, 3 locked on. Only 1 stays, 2 stay, 1 stay, no stay. Looks like someone got missiles on him. You can fire your missiles before that TA completely ends too. Make sure that they are immediately next to the target before they can even dodge. Some players will start really ABing once that TA is about to end. So if you catch them in that AB starting animation, when the TA ends, freest kill of your life. Try to pay attention for that in your own matches. Balls deep, just above TA. Someone's finally going to look at him. Let's find out what our RJer is doing. The RJ is at high stagger. Surprised those Zims didn't just do it. And the earshots sealed the deal. Forced into TA. Fast getting up in here with the ear rat, looking for that earshot connection onto the boat in midair. Bit of a risky shot, but they timed it perfectly, securing the TA on what is normally a very slippery target. Second earshots will catch the quadruped. Or no, that was on Mr. Balls Deep. I don't think it caught him. Yep, Balls Deep just delaying it even more, forcing an earshot to secure the TA. And did finally go down. We're in a 2v2, and they are all on Rorik right now. It's being traded back onto Piss even faster, though. The LLC did get the best of that brawl, if ever so slightly. Now it's all about how they can close it out. Manages to avoid it all on 1 AP with Rorik. However, delaying his spawn, T-Light's about to be extremely alone. No one's locked onto him yet, though. T-Light appears to be hiding. Piss, however, caught the damage. 2 members locked onto him. All players currently alive. Mark your calendars. Rare occasion. Everyone alive. Piss getting the punish. 3v2. 3v1. Gonna be 2v1 in just a moment if Piss gets secured. It's gonna happen. Now, the Fast is just respawning. Rorik just went down, and 2 members of Bink are alive with a 2-kill lead. Either choice would be right. They could choose to not engage, or they can make sure that even if another fight happens, they're already winning it. Didn't manage to get the full TA activation, though, meaning they're going to trade back 1 kill here, likely on Balls Deep. The Fast finally TA'd. Piss, the punish needs to go out on Piss immediately to make it in time. 8 seconds. You need to pop the TA at 7, or it's not going to happen. It didn't, and that will be game. A 3rd win going to Bink. And as this is best of 5, that means they are moving on to the semi-final in losers. So that would actually be, this would be to determine minimum 3rd place in the next round. T-Light on the boat, putting up the highest score, but Balls Deep is right behind it. And Piss having a little bit harder time getting it going. However, Saros on the quad, consistently on top, playing very well today. All right, with that, let's get ready for our next round. And it looks like in the other bracket, Armored Losers did get that last game win, 3-1. So our next game is going to be between Bink and Koolish. That is correct. Thank you, staff. All matches henceforth are going to be on stream. We just had to do this one for timing purposes, but now it's all broadcast. So get up, get your stretch, get your snacks, get your beverages, and get ready. This is going to be a sprint to the end. All right. Stream is ready. Maps, when you're ready. Xylem's banned. Spaceport is banned. Koolish. Map choice. Contaminated City B it is. One of the better new maps for 3v3s. Interesting cover all over the place. Non-flat map base. It feels real cool to play on, that's for sure. So if you missed it before, winner of this round rather, secures themselves a minimum 3rd place, and I believe that's enough to score a prize today. Yep, 3rd place wins $100. So winner of this is going home with some cheddar. And we're off. Making good time here. Interested to see if we have any build swaps since we've last checked in with Koolish. These teams do scrim each other quite often. They have an idea of what's in each other's arsenals. Hey, great games today, BP. You're scoring high, bud. There they are. RJ with Blade. Biped with Facans. 4 Zims between them and a boat. Cradle back on the quad. Otherwise, no major changes of note. Eli going for altitude. Balls deep. Playing low. Looking for that manual aim shot to start the match off. Big piss going wide for probably a flank. Hoping to kick someone in their behind. Bully playing on the ground. There aren't any ear shots that they're too worried about, I don't think. Cradle up in the air doing missile activities and at high stagger, but it's already depleting. The minor AP lead doesn't tell you anything at all, but I guess I might as well make a note of it. Sabbath, welcome to the stream. Neutral finally coming to an end. It looks like Fish, the one to end it. All 3 members locked onto him, though. Getting away with it, however, not immediately terminaled is going to be a bad thing, as now they have to do all that work to halt his movement again. That's a fast build. Bit of attention on the Cradle, but then it gets split onto Hooli. Attention just flying all over the place. Meanwhile, we have 2 on T-Light, and we have 1 that was looking at finishing off balls deep. A missile did it, and looks like Koolish is going to take a early advantage in this brawl. Now they've got a chance to catch Piss out. Piss did spawn in possibly the worst location available, stuck close to the cliff, cutting line of sight for as long as possible, but I think he might have come up on someone's scan or possibly one of the players in the air, and he's going to get rinsed before his team can even respond. That is a tough situation to be in. I think he did everything right, and in the end it didn't matter all that much. Team's gonna have to somehow regroup from that, as Koolish has secured a 500-0 lead by just cycling these kills. And they're still doing it. All 3 members were on 1 AP for just a moment there. Blink and you would have missed it. And they're now on a group respawn. Arguably the optimal way to do the least optimal thing, which is die. As they'll all come back, hopefully together, hopefully on the same side of the map. Hooli caught an unlucky one there, right in the sights of Balls Deep. Balls Deep only have 1 AP though. Not going to be too much of a threat. They clean up T-Light as well. My goodness, this is going to be another roll. BP hiding in the corner. I think someone scanned him out though. Yeah, they did. At this point, as a brawl build, not much you can do. Fish playing that extremely well in the duel, but the response is there. And he's going to get TA'd first. Piss still finally into his terminal state. All right, now we're on to T-Light. T-Light's going to have to run. Run. Turning to shoot some missiles. Immediately staggered. The team is here to punish, and they've gone through all of the boat's AP. Fish now on high stagger. Getting behind cover, avoids the missiles, but the Fasans catch the ankles. And when they catch and stagger, it's okay to shoot them at an A-being target, because they won't get out of the AoE. Someone's A-being away. Only going to take like 20% damage. Get caught in the stagger. Ooh. Now that's a big hit. Hooli going to find himself alone in just a moment. They've got a 5-kill lead, but with only a minute 20 on the clock, that could swing the other way if they get cycled. So Hooli is going to have to avoid death, basically. I mean, obviously at all times, right? But a badly timed death is disastrous. A well-timed death is 100 points. Looks like they are focused on Hooli. Kratos would be the next logical target as he's on the ground in high stagger, but no one looked at him. They all looked at Fish. Fish, scary. I get it. And it looks like they're holding on to their lead. We haven't seen a major needle movement in a while. T-Light gets caught into TA. Gonna probably catch him with the shotguns here in just a moment. There it is. Just timing out that 5 seconds. You got to count it in your head. EP in a tough situation. Can't kick because Fish is just staying too close. If you stay right in the RJ's face, you can go around them and the kick will go wide much more consistently than if you hang out at the outside of close range. 120 meters, scariest spot to be against an RJ. And Koolish will take round 1. Game 1. Game 1 of losers bracket round 2. That is the official situation live here tonight. Score report. Hooli racking it up, hanging out on the outside of the fight, hitting with that LRB and the split missiles, just stacking it up. Balls Deep taking it home for Bink with the RJ Pulse Blade punish Zimmerman build. All right, just a moment while we line up our next map. Dunes, thank you. You are all so excellent for getting me these maps in a timely fashion. I really do appreciate it. AC6 trivia, LRB with the 20B generator does a lot of damage. That's correct. That is correct. You just answered our mystery trivia question. Your prize can be found in a P.O. box in South Miami, but you're going to have to find that yourself. The teams are ready. I'm ready. The map is selected. We're back onto Dunes A. I'll say it again, the best Dune map. It's got more cranes. It's got the, I'm assuming that's part of the Strider wreck, you know, the one we blew up. Or it didn't, depending on which timeline you exist in. Best map. Perhaps. It does have well spaced out spawns. That is one thing I can say with absolute certainty about this map. You can still certainly get unlucky with your spawn placement, but they're pretty far apart. And if you don't get unlucky, you get dang lucky. You're safe at least. Matching paint. How am I only just noticing the matching paint? Fantastic stuff. Eli doing the old scoot up into the sky. Balls deep, looking for someone to aim at. Piss on the flank again. Maim shot's gonna miss. Balls deep, catching some missiles. No hard engage yet. Fish has usually been our dependable engager, getting these fights going for us. So let's make sure we catch him as the fight begins. It was Piss who started it this time. Extension into TA. Fish, however, exposed himself going for that and gets punished. No TA yet, I say as it immediately happens. Get me a crystal ball because I'm telling fortunes. Koolish gonna find himself alone in just a moment here as both members of Bink are looking at Fish. Koolish's build is well equipped though. It can move, it can scoot. Look at this boost speed on the ground. And then pops the AB for a bit of extra spacing. His teammate got a good spawn right behind the enemy team. If he can get over, no, he will not. The punish is there and an immediate TA coming out, making this a 2v2 instead of the possible 3v3 it could have become. Or 3v2. Catching Fish now. Currently backpedaling. Cradle also being forced to 1v1 his opponent. And that build, you know, when you're 1v1ing someone, they can really focus on dodging your missiles, and that gets really rough. It can be hard to land effective damage. What the quad can do that some other builds with missiles aren't as keen to do is use their kick to make sure their missiles land. It's a wide hitbox. He's got the stability to trade a bit. And it looks like Koolish's gonna get caught, finished, and it's gonna be advantage Bink coming out of that engagement. Pretty solid lead. Kill and a half. Now up to two and a half kills. Fish being looked at by absolutely everyone on the Bink team. And if those Zimmermans do their job, they do. There's the TA. Balls deep and Piss, both staggered. Piss getting away with 10 AP. I hope someone notices. There it is. The kick will do it. The kick leaving Cradle vulnerable, though. 3 members locked on. Not quite going to get the TA immediately. The extra delay, leaving them vulnerable. It's going to mean Piss goes down. Balls deep is out of his terminal, and T-White is the only healthy player with 2 members of Koolish ready to go. And they've got him locked in. If they can get kicks on him, start kicking that boat, keep it from ABing. This should be a very easy secure. And it looks like Koolish is taking notes from the old Dirk Dong here. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn too much. This is about the players. But we did lab how much arms overweight actually matters. And at close range with Ocellas, not much. Not much. I may have misread the situation. I thought it was double LRB. It is not. This is classic Koolish build. LRA, LRB. I don't think it's arms overweight. Yeah, no, it's not. I thought it was double LRB. I had a dream that LRB would make it into a tournament with overweight arms, but alas, I'm the only person insane enough to do it. T-Way catching a lot of flack here, but the support is there. Piss gonna peel for the boat. Full stagger reset for the boat. And BP himself gets out without a TA being popped as well. Very, very well played from the 2 of them. Gonna pull the advantage a little bit further. Here we have the BD making plays. Doesn't get out though. The kick interrupting the AB into a stagger. Kick extending after the shotgun combo. BD now very low and TA'd immediately after. T-Light gonna follow. It's all about what they can get done on Hooli before the inevitable. 30 seconds left. That's going to put him in the lead. That is a 20-point kill lead for Koolish with 16 seconds. Hooli, the only one really at risk of going down. His teammates trying to peel while he just runs away. Down to the wire. Hooli will escape. I would have to go back to find the exact moment where that swung. That was a 3-kill lead that in the last moments. Wow. Closest match of the day. In terms of when the scoring happened, that is. All right, I'm waiting for the next map. We Jorgen. That is the official word. We Jorgen. Professional host, by the way. Professional host, by the way. Who was on BOLC? Oh, great. We're in the quiz portion. Aha Seros and The Fast and... Hold on, I know this. I know this. Hold on. Yeah, anyway. I wasn't provided with a list. I want to make that very clear. I don't have a list. This is all off memory. A bit of a silly. Is absolutely correct. Ah, Rorik. That's the one. Thank you. All right, now let me just check my script of who is supposed to win this. Ooh. You won't believe what happens next. T-White, Balls Deep, Piss. Fighting to stay in the tournament now. This could possibly be their last match unless they can pull out a win. Early engagement. Fish caught a stagger, but not to completion. Balls Deep instead going to be the first one to get TA'd. Looks like they're still laser focused on the Fish, who's playing evasive, only just now getting caught. The punish is there. Meanwhile, BP on 1 AP. No one looked at him yet. Someone's locked on, though. They're aware of the BP situation, and now they're on Pits as well. You can watch the lock-on picks with me if you want to see exactly when someone's about to be taken down. Getting in there with that hammer. Get in that corner. Get in that corner, says Cradle. And looks like they've locked in the TYTA. Throw some missiles at that boat. Easiest secure of your life. Now, what's Fish going to do? Fish is catching the lock. Now, 2 players locked onto Fish. Definitely the focus. Ooh, the San's missing the long-range shot. It's looking like Koolish is playing extremely solid on this map. Locking in the early 2-kill lead, a minute and a half in. And it looks like the kill cycle is continuing as they are consistently 3v2, 2v1. Kick on the quad. Just enough to stagger, which unfortunately means an empty stagger bar on the quadruped as it goes to escape. Both teammates down. They're looking at Cradle. San's catching him in mid-hover, getting a big amount of damage ticks. Fish hanging out, knows Cradle's gonna go down, knows Hooli's up. Both players talking it out, deciding together not to hard engage. And if they can get a catch here, they can start this next fight with a bit of an advantage. Although energy management forcing Fish below the ledge, unable to follow up. Means Hooli's in TA. Fish is soon to follow, and Cradle's going to find himself alone with BD and Big Piss. The stagger, the Fasan, and that's it. That means Hooli's going to be respawning, and Hooli's going to be alone until Fish is back. It'll be a 2v2. Not a terrible situation, unless they start with even more of a disadvantage. Hooli spawned at an inopportune location, gets caught, gets TA'd before Big Piss or Balls Deep go down. Bink has pulled a lead. It's a 1-kill lead. Minute 50 on the clock. Plenty of time for this to go either way as Koolish trade it right back. All three members are alive, but Hooli probably looking to get a respawn going. Fish pulls aggro, gets punished, loses a ton of AP, but not quite TA'd yet. Has just enough to get away with even more shenanigans, forcing more attention. The Pister will go down. Balls Deep looking to make some plays on the quadruped here. Fasan's landing in a great time to get the stagger and every single tick. Time to run. No energy to do so, though. The Coral Gen's dry. It's going to be a bit before it's back, and that bit is enough to get terminal armored. BP looking for a kick, looking for anything, but gets, oh my gosh, another energy situation with the ledge. We've seen it twice now in just under a couple minutes. This map has a way of making it hurt if you don't have enough energy. Maybe we can catch a little bit of Hooli action, show you exactly why Hooli scores so high with this build. See, he's not ABing much, keeping his energy gauge pretty healthy. No need to AB if you're already in your effective range. I'm gonna have to check what FCS is running, because FCS on builds that can play mid-range are actually harder to choose than close range or missile builds, which both have pretty obvious best in slot. Balls Deep coming up to make a last second play. TA popped at 5 seconds. They're gonna have to do a ton of damage to it if they want it to go away early. And with a frame to spare, Fish gets out. It's going to be a third win for Koolish, locking them into the finals and a minimum of a third place finish. And an extremely respectable fourth place from the Bink team, one of the youngest 3v3 teams in the scene, coming out and playing with incredible skill today. They kept it close. That score does not reflect how close this really was. That 0, ooh baby. If we had different ways of measuring what just went down, that's something for me to write down for later, guys. I think it would be really interesting to see just what the total score was between both teams, between all three matches. You know, 1900 first game, 800 second game, 1700 total score, and to be able to document that. Less than 1 kill difference on every match. Yeah, that would be really interesting to track. Which means we're going to be going into our finals. That is the next thing on the block, guys. So stay tuned while we get it ready. We've got the illustrious Armored Losers versus the Koolish team. All right, I'm going to put the winner's bracket on alpha and call it a day. All right, now you guys figure out your map. I need a bio break. Great to have you, Fish. Hey, everyone, don't forget, follow the channel. It's a new initiative in the Armored Core competitive scene. And if you want to catch go live notifications, the only way to do so is to use that follow button. I will be right back to finish casting the grand finals. Okie doke gamers, I washed my hands and I'm ready. City B is going to be the first map. Nice emblems. We've got Sanpreg. We've got, I don't even know who that is, but they're pregnant, and that's Kiryu Kazuma sporting a baby belly. Koolish always had this really fantastic, strange emblem. Kind of reminds me of Moog from Elden Ring. The Cradle himself. And Fish. Asa. I think he's going for ass. Players, when you're ready. Let me just, for officiality's sake, get the betas assigned. This is a best of 5 to determine who's taking home that big $300 prize pool. Or is it $350 for first place? Let me double check. $250 first place, $150 second place, $100 third place. Nice to meet yous all around. You love to see it. Great positivity. And we're off. Target identified. Commencing hostilities. Starting it off on the city. A map beloved for its cover, but possibly decried for its spawns and their lack of cover. There's cover on the map, just not by the spawns, curiously enough. No major changes of notes from the Koolish squad, and this is our first time seeing armored losers on the broadcast. We've got twitch.tv/bulls_ on what's called lovingly the Boing Boing tank. We've got Strider subbing in to play. No Toast, no me. And I've heard that Strider's putting a great show on, meshing in with the team. Finally, we've got Pregnant Kiryu, Farquaad uninstalling. On a shotgun Fasan build, not his usual Earrat. Although he is allowed to swap builds after each game. This big chunky AC looking for someone to earshot. The team staying all around that scary LCA. Immediate terminal armor. Immediate. Like frame perfect. It's gone. Hooli's gonna look for some shots here on the Zim player. Hooli knows how to play around this. I've had him plenty of times where I have struggled to lock in this laser build. Oh my god, that damage. That is absurd. That is absurd. Who's going to try to get some value before he goes down? Farquaad uninstalling, currently at 1 AP. That's going to be the first viable kill available. Koolish going to have to play a bit carefully here as they are 2v3 until Farquaad uninstalling goes down. My God, trading shotguns for earshots, not a good trade. I would not make that trade, but in the end, I probably would anyway. You know what I mean? When you're playing a shotgun build like this and your main direction is forward, sometimes you put yourself into a situation. However, it's what you make of it after that counts. Getting away with a couple extra shots before the TA gets popped. Boing boing tank on no ammo. Finally going down, getting a reload. Farquaad uninstalling, going to be trying to just hang back and AD away whenever possible. Main Fasan not quite connecting. It looks like it was close, possibly out of range. How's this going to shake out? The team is not going to spawn by Farquaad. They're going to spawn behind Koolish. So they might get a good ambush. They might get a good shot from behind. Or they might not get there in time. Looks like Kratos got TA'd. Fish got TA'd. Jeez, the damage that this is capable of doing is crazy. Cool, you're going to have to get out here. Only one on the team alive. The kick. Man, when you are the only player alive against 2 or against 3 people and you get kicked, it is a heart-sinking moment. That moment where you have no control and no movement, an earshot's going to hit you, a Fasan's going to hit you, a shotgun's going to hit you. You just know there are so many things on the board that could wipe you out, and they're all going to have an easy time hitting. Kratos coming in from the flank, catching the boat with a hammer in neutral, but not the second hit as the boat leisurely floats away. It's just got way too much stability to get staggered by that. Kicking the boat, kicking the tank, however, great idea. Big hitbox, you're going to hit it, and no matter how heavy it is, it will be stunned. Looks like the boing boing head run out of ammo. And Fish is looking around. I think he's trying to snipe out whoever respawned. Didn't get the word that they spawned high ground. Strider getting staggered almost instantly, but the punish wasn't there. I think their punish got interrupted just by being staggered themselves. Kratos got TA'd so fast. And the follow-up is there with the Zimmermans. Uli, again, in another situation where... what can you do? That said, the score split is looking better than how these fights feel. Because they're only down 4.5 kills, give or take. And they've got a minute to do it. Strider's on 1 AP. That should be a guarantee. Farquaad's on 25%. As long as they can locate him, that should be a kill. And if they can cycle that, that's how you win. That's the avenue to victory here. And it still exists. Koolish has absolutely a shot at this match. It's like Kratos real low, but the focus isn't on him. Fish also staying moderately healthy too, despite getting shot at. Still at half AP, and he's going to reset his stagger now too. They've dragged it back. 30 seconds, 2 kills. This is it. This is the fight that determines the match. Earshot's coming out in neutral. Kratos expertly just hopping away, floating on up. Uh-oh. Looks like Strider might have gotten caught side by side with Farquaad there. And that means everyone's together for the earshot. Oh my goodness. It pays off. And it looks like Armored Losers put up a 500-point lead on City B in our first match of the finals. First game of the finals. That'll do. I need a map. And then we proceed. This is a best of 5. Jorgen it is. Thank you, thank you. From City B to Jorgen. No build swaps, no one preparing, everyone already prepared. Man. Today, Armored Core 4 answer. Current track. If you haven't picked up any of the Armored Core games by now besides 6, what are you doing? You've got 15 more games before Armored Core 6.2 comes out. That's a lot of content. And you can PvP on many of them. So if you like Armored Core PvP and you want more Armored Core PvP, you want more variety too, check them out. We could probably get those going in Scrims too. And if you like 6, there's nowhere better to be than the Armored Scrims Discord. Daily matches, team matches, with voice comms. It's simply the best way to play. Sometimes I think to myself what this game would be like if it had in-lobby voice chat. I think that would be terrible. Here they are. Our finalists. No major changes of note. I don't got much to point out here except good luck and have fun. Boing boing up in the air. Strider hanging back, looking for that earshot opportunity. This build on the P10s, it's got okay AB, but man, that thing is thick. Earshot's gonna miss. Bull's catching a stagger. Hooli just skirting around the outside. Oh, gets caught, gets caught. The Facans, however, don't get the full damage takes off, and Hooli's gonna escape with like 10 AP, forcing another Zimmerman shot to finish it off. Cradle, the only healthy member of the team against 2. Yep, they finished off the Farquad. So he's up against 2 until his teammates respawn. Playing a bit aggressive, hoping to get the stagger on Strider before his TA gets popped. And he will, trading out a TA, meaning that his team is going to be spawning into a 2v3 with 1 player at 1. Looks like Fish caught a rough respawn there. Managing to squeak out, but all 3 players locked onto him, and Farquaad being in front is going to make it hard for his FCS to lock onto the 1 AP player. AoE finishing off Strider as Farquaad gets staggered. Extension, shotguns, get him into TA before going down. Let's observe the Boing Boing tank for a moment, just so that everyone can get an appreciation for just what this build right here is. It's got the best scanning head in the game. It's got incredibly good missile mid-game with the option to either charge or uncharge the PFALs. And these laser cannons just, they do like 8,000 damage or something. I don't know. It's a big number. Not going to math it, right? You know what it does. And because it shoots 3 side by side, the hitbox is pretty gigantic. Dropping off the ledge for cover. Slippery, slippery. TA finally getting popped, looking for somewhere to put those ear shots. Finds his target is Cradle. Catches him on the ground, immediately TA'd after. Farquaad on 1 AP. Boing Boing tank, overheated and about to be alone. Against a 1 AP and a full health Fish. Now it's only Fish alive. It's a 4-kill split, 2.5 minutes on the board. Anyone's game at the moment. Boing Boing getting higher in the stagger. Missiles connecting, going to be the last to reset it without punish. And there is always the possibility of never killing the Boing Boing. If you never kill the Boing Boing, it only has like 6 shots with those lasers fully charged, and that's it. End. It's now just a tank with 2 missile launchers. Granted, you have to let it shoot, its entire ammo capacity, and that could be very bad. I think the result could be positive. Farquaad uninstalling. Chasing after Fish into the corner. Kick, shotgun. Himself in a very risky situation. About to get staggered by the TA'd player. And there it is. Traded right back. 700 points though. Where did that lead come from? Farquaad's team, the Javs and Quads Armored Losers, PR Squad. Stick with the name, guys. You make this so hard for me. Just seem to be eking out more and more points each engagement. The Boing Boing tank has no ammo. They could just ignore it. But they can't. They need the points. They need 7 kills. Boing Boing will go down, getting an ammo resupply with only 40 seconds on the clock. Cradle, the lowest health member from Koolish. Any player dying right now makes the lead just a bit more impossible to regain. Just ticking down that clock. Looks like Armored Losers are going to take a fight. They're not just going to kite it out till the end. Boing Boing tank caught in a corner, kicked into the corner, and wow, pushed into TA. That is a ton of health to chew through. Just a ton of health. Javs and Quads will put up a second win. Next match could decide the tournament. All right, final map potentially going to be coming from Javs and Quads. Armored Losers, please, names. Grid 86. Okay. The Michigan map. Map's locked in. Players are locked in. Except for Fish. Fish. Cradle's FCS is... Or no, I want Hoolies. Ocellus. Not Talbot. Throwing out all mid-range for just pure precision. Matching paint jobs do help sell it. They really do help sell it. I love the color selection too. I love this, the browns. The browns. I'm a sucker for a good brown. What can I tell you? Here we go. Game 3 between Armored Losers and Koolish on the Upper Grid, Michigan's central capital of the tournament. Let's see how optimized these respawns are. Do I hear boss music? Here we go. Upper Grid. Boing Boing tank. Shotties and earshots. Shotties and facades versus LRB Etzigen Missile Madness. A quadruped with more missiles than sense. And every single shotgun it makes sense to equip on 1AC and would bring more if it was allowed. Fish diving in. Sticking by the team, actually. Just getting back. A being out of the open. Bulls catching most of the neutral damage at high stability now. Might want to be careful not staggering before the actual fight starts. Just tickle a little bit here and there. Keep that bar up, and instead, a full reset. We're still in the neutral game. 40 seconds have elapsed. Fredo now getting hit by a couple as well. AP lead doesn't mean much, but I might as well mention Koolish holding it down. A full minute now in the neutral game. Fish looking itchy. Finds a Farquad diving in. Looking for a good opportunity to fire those shotguns off. They will get the stagger on the Farquad and the TA. Fish staggered, earshotted, TA'd immediately. Fredo and Hooli now going to have to hold this fight together. It's still a 3v3 until those TAs get secured in tandem. Strider now getting pushed into it. Hooli as well. These teams are just trading 1-for-1 right now. The brawl got sloppy, and we like those. Well, now that that's all shaken out, it's only a 1-kill split at the moment. And keep in mind, players falling off the map deny points to the other team. If your terminal gets popped and you can fall off a ledge, it's quite possibly the optimal thing to do. Fish was going for it, but gets intercepted on his way to the ledge. Farquad gonna optimize. He is. Oh, did not optimize. Gets taken out. Strider playing the hiding game while the team respawns. Very, very good hiding spot. I think he might have gotten scanned out, though. The earshot armor misses. Got to give space to that earshot player if you see him aiming at their feet. They're going to pound that ground. And then that 90 radius explosion. It'll catch you. In fact, I think the explosion radius is wider than assault armor by 30 meters. And did I say radius? I meant diameter. You know what it is. Fredo and Fish both looking a little bit unhealthy. They've got a score lead, though. And if they can keep that and roll these kills. Down to a 60-point split. It's going to shift right back into Armored Loser's favor. Fully caught out alone, but dying now means respawning with the team. Not the worst situation to be in. Gonna respawn. It might as well be optimally. Oh, Fish came up ahead. Might have thought that Hooli had a bit more time on the clock. Unfortunately not, as the LCAs connect during AB and immediately stagger. Not enough to instantly kill, but pushing him extremely low from full health to 10%. There's the TA. Farquad uninstalls himself from this life and denies 10 points. Strider, our substitute player on Armored Losers, getting in some good Zimmermans. The earshots will secure the TA, and now I think he's just going to get right on that quad and lock it down, doing kicks for crowd control, making sure that the team has time to get over here and help, extending twice, and then getting punished himself. Wow. Finally getting peeled, but with that much AP and with that much stability, he managed to get away with a third still remaining. Strider still looking fairly healthy here, actually. Earshot punish. Ouch. Healing most of Hooli's health bar just with one shot. With the kill secured. 10 seconds on the clock. And a 400 kill split. Looking like Armored Losers are taking it home with a 3-0 in Grand Finals. Final score report of the night. And look at these teams. Sub 100 split between middle and out. Sub 100 point. Yeah, okay, a little bit more than 100. But all members of the teams putting up pretty dang respectable scores. I'm just gonna wait for the official rulings and everything, but I believe that's all. So we're gonna hang out for a moment and get some words in from the Armored Scrims team and from any teams who want to talk about their experience today, get their word out. Shout out everyone who played today: BLLC, the Binkers, Koolish, and Armored Losers. Taking the time to entertain us all with some top level teams gameplay here in the NA space. You know what I mean? Super fun. That's what I like to hear. I had a great time casting today.
Hello.
Hey, there they are. There they are. I've got Fish, Hooli, and Cradle jumping into the call of the Armored Scrims team, and you might recognize them from these great games today, the Koolish team. How do you guys feel today after that?
I think it went well.
That went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with our performance. J&Q Armored Losers, just a wall. They're just a wall you run into in the finals, it looks like.
Yeah, they seem to have it together today.
Yeah, for a lot of the game, we kept up, but like at a certain point, it's very hard to like get an edge over J&Q. They're a very consistent, like grounded team.
True,
So
true.
In the last like minute or two of the games, they tend to just like get that snowball edge and just keep it rolling, which is impressive. But
That's one of the things about threes that goes even beyond builds and how builds interact and how your builds on your team interact and how they interact with the other team. You also have to think about when you're dying. The respawn timers are just they play a huge role, as well as the spawn locations. I did notice some new things though with some builds. Hooli, I saw you put Etsugen on for a bit, and I think I understand why, but I'd love to hear from you what was going on with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kind of made a shift just with some of those recent evolutions. My previous build just doesn't really have a space to occupy as a role in coordinated threes a lot of the time. So went with something a little bit heavier, something a little bit more EN efficient. And then the Etsugen is just impact support, I suppose. Something to like finish off a stagger or help set up a nice like charged LRB punish, but also fulfills really strong confirm potential.
Right, even if
well.
it ricochets, that thing will take out someone at 1 AP.
Exactly. It's very, very handy. Which is something that it does significantly better than my main build that I would normally play.
Gotcha, okay. And Cradle, I saw you on a non-quad for at least one game today. Walk me through what was going on there. Trying something new, or?
So ear rad and earshot Zim is something that I've been experimenting with. Even dates back to when I first started playing the game. I just always loved being up close and personal and fast. Tetro just became a comfort pick for me. I just love the playstyle that Tetro does, but having the earshot utility to really swamp those three-man dives that are really prevalent in coordinated threes, where you're just unloading all of your damage and instantly staggering someone, having that little extra impact and support from a distance that can put a halt to that, I find super valuable. And I've been experimenting with that and finding a bit of success here lately too, just not here against J&Q.
It's so crazy you mentioned that, because it's not what you played, big boss. You played a laser swap.
oh yeah, you did play a laser swap as well.
I did play.
Didn't
I
you
also played the laser swap. I forgot about that.
And I guess that leaves Fish. Fish, you were leading the charge there quite a bit, rocking that shotgun swap build. And I swear to God, you probably take the Sweet 16s if you could swap again, right?
I mean, if I had an extra pair of arms, yeah, definitely. I love the Sweet 16s. It's just like the consistent damage and like a lot of the builds here in threes do have very high physical resistance. So Sweet 16s just like, even if they might like quote unquote ricochet, they don't deal 1 damage. Like their effective range is so low that you will like 0 ricochet at normal distances, like 200 meters.
Yeah, gotcha.
Was in-
Like all shotguns kind of suffer from that, and those ones suffer even more. Plus their incredible spread.
Zims have a surprising range where they one-shot ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like that's why they're such a good tool in threes for confirm. But Sweet 16s just kind of lack that.
Gotcha. Well, we've got the Bink crew as well who want to come in and chat. You guys want to pull them up?
Welcome, Bing.
Welcome.
The cult.
Hello.
Yeah, the only crew to enter 2 teams in the tournament. And possibly the team with the most growth. You guys and BLLC both have been coming up over these last few weeks and months. It's been great to see. Kind of walk me through what you guys have been working on and maybe some build choices you've made.
Well, here.
We kind of just fell into running a discount reason. So comp recently.
Yeah.
God, what would we even call that rule set for the tournament that we just ran on Friday?
Rice.
The rice field. Yeah.
The restricted 3v3 tournament.
Yeah, where you do build bands.
Yeah.
It's actually like super fun rule set. And all of the other builds that we wanted to play got banned for our match. So we just kind of fell into this and it really worked for us.
How did you guys decide on who was going to be on each team? That seems like a very divisive decision to have like certain people on one team. Did you guys like do scrims together or just?
Yeah, so we do scrims together very frequently, and we wanted to really keep BLC open as more of an accommodation for most new players coming in, looking for teams. And then, they can go out to other teams later in their future. So it's really just to help bring them in with, one of the less experienced teams at least, to help build them up and give them the skills necessary to really thrive in the community. So at some point, you'll see like Fast will play for Yusha, and I think they're going to make their own team with Lulu. And Rorik is also, part of Yusha as well. So they're kind of branched out, but BLC gives them an opportunity to still, enter in these tournaments and really continue that growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's great to hear.
Scheduling issues. So
How did Bink do against Javs and Quads? By the way, I didn't get to see that match.
we didn't play them.
We didn't play them.
Oh, you didn't play them?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
that's
BLLT
tragic.
that played.
Yeah. DLC
Past,
did, yeah.
we have gotten like within 500 points.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think last time we played them, they were running 4-year shots, which is just not fun to play against.
Just how-
Dude, it's just rough.
yeah. Were they running the big
like,
tank
oh,
against
you
you
landed.
guys?
It was a tank and bow. Yeah, they kind of
I
swap
think,
off.
yeah, one time.
Yeah.
Did you find the melee was kind of struggling into that then? Because you're just in.
Because we found the melee to be super oppressive.
I think the melee really works as long as I don't get super focused. Like even against higher AP targets, if we can switch up our kind of approach where we hit our higher AP targets with more missiles before I dive, it's still.
I think the melee benefits in the same way as the earshots do, is that you get another chance for free to punish in close distance.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
super high terminal
Terminal value.
potential.
Yeah,
have a
and
question.
it's great because you can use Pulse Blade and then get popped and Pulse Blades back up within
Yeah.
the terminal window. So it's not like earshots where you have like 9 seconds where you're kind of just stuck doing
Like,
nothing.
Eventually, we adapt to the melee by just spacing it out when we stagger you and just being at
Mhm.
a greater distance. But with the earshots, it's a lot more difficult to like be at a range that is actually like you're able to confirm the stagger punish and
Yep.
be out of earshot punish range immediately after.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bink, I've got a question for you guys. So we played in the tournament, and you guys honestly had a pretty good showing, like defying expectations. What's next? What's next for you guys? What's the next step?
Just keep trying.
We're gonna
Yeah.
analyze the VOD and figure out how we can improve. We, I guess, have already kind of been cooking up maybe some small build changes that we could make. We like
Okay.
the general team comp, but it's there might be like 1 or 2 parts that could change.
Okay. So, as a team, Bink, what are you guys working on right now as like your big focus? Is there anything in particular, or is it just improving your individual play and tuning?
Just improving individual play for me, probably.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. Yeah, I think we're kind of working on like the unspoken like strats. We haven't been playing together for all too long, so we don't really know like how each other react in specific situations.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
I'd say
building up
we-
that team
yeah.
chemistry.
Definitely. Thank you.
That's something that Koolish didn't really struggle with that much after we got a couple games in. The main thing is just letting melee do a punish because it is very range dependent. And
Right.
just not interrupting it with other people's like Zims can impact the range at which melee hits in like very tight situations. But
Yeah, that extra knockback can push people out of range and all that.
All right, thanks for showing up, guys. Congratulations on third place showing and the $100 that you guys all ran.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hosting the tournament.
Yeah,
It's been super fun.
Absolutely.
really
Thanks
fun.
for playing.
we're gonna get you next time.
Absolutely. We will take a game.
Honestly.
hopefully next time Revenson will be here as well and we can get some more.
Yeah,
I miss
absolutely.
Revenson. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah, I
Risa.
missed
Shout out
them.
Mel.
Yeah,
We just missed
Super
Mel, I
helpful.
guess. Mel, Ramen, Risa.
Yeah, I
All right,
miss
thanks
seeing
for
him
showing
here,
up, guys.
but
Um,
we'll
thanks
see
for
him in
showing
the
up.
next
Thanks for
one.
the interview.
See you in the next
We'll
one.
see you guys in the
Yeah,
next
see
one,
ya.
probably a little later tonight,
you,
but we're
guys.
going to go ahead and drag Armored Legends in.
Alright, thanks, so.
Armored Losers, forgive me.
Well,
Well, when you just leave it as an
They come
L,
up.
it's open to interpretation.
they come up. They started off armored losers. Now they're armored legends.
Speaking of the Armored Legends,
Wow.
Oh, well. The winners themselves.
Boing boing it is.
Well played, guys.
Yep, so we now have the PR Bulls, Armored Loser Farquad, and Strider. So, guys, what were you? I see there's a substitute. Toasty couldn't make it.
No, he quit. Yeah. That's just that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys had some strong games today, putting up some good scores. I think one thing that definitely came up in chat a little bit was the optimization of the Michigan. Were you guys playing to optimize your Michigans today?
Half
Yeah.
what?
Pretty
Yeah,
much. I mean that's the strat. You know, you play to win.
It's either do I want to boing boing some more, do I not? I don't know.
so
How
for
much
those
ammo
who
do you
are
have left in that
unaware,
boing boing?
Yeah,
Michigan
like
strat.
that smile. You know.
An optimized Michigan strat is with the use of terminal armor. After you get terminal, what you'll do is you'll race to jump off the ledge and destroy your build, henceforth
Saving-
noting as a Michigan. And what that does is deny point transfer for confirmation, or if you're MVP, it denies that bonus points for
Mhm.
confirming that target.
So anywhere from like 50 to 10 points of value every
And
time.
it's always 10 points regardless.
The VIP though.
It
Have you
scales with
guys tested
VIP.
that?
It does?
Yeah, it scales with VIP. It's still -10. It's just instead of 140
Oh, okay.
points, it's 130.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was kind of a more recent discovery. Let's see. The thick build, Strider. What's going on with that, man? The thing is so slow, it's so thick, but you're putting up score regardless.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just there where I need to be, or where I'm called, or just make the call myself. So it's just, I mean, you have enough rolling capacity to like get people off of you, enough like AP to like just resist the wrath of a quad shot on top of a crab zerker, you know. And you still go positive because like even if they like commit all of that, you could probably just like term one and the half of the other person.
I see. Playing a bit of a numbers game, trading it back and forth.
Do you think you would play the same build without terminal?
The same build without terminal, like in ones?
In threes.
No, just like in 3v3s.
No. Why would I do that?
Yeah, right. So
if
it would be too vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
So, Strider, as a Crab Knight player, I thoroughly enjoy watching you on stream whenever you're playing Tetra. I didn't see any Tetras this time around, is that right?
I mean, to be honest, this is like my first time really touching threes as a whole. So, and like my only build that I had was that earshot Zim build. Because I showed Farquad. My previous version was Tian Lao, like an ultra heavy version. And he recommended me this other setup that apparently was meta Japan, so I just used that and just stuck with it. You know? But yeah, I was thinking initially when I like tried threes and like pods, I was using Crab Zerker or whatever. But I didn't really like it. Like it was just like very vulnerable. Like whenever people like made the call to like jump on me, I just like didn't have enough like firepower to like defend myself. So, I mean, I really like the way that the earshot Zim build plays off, so I just stuck with it.
After what everyone saw on stream, I can back that up too.
Yeah. All right, and Farquad, we saw you off the ear rat. Now I know you do play Zim Fasan a fair amount. Just did you decide to do that to just complement the Zim Shoddy build?
Kind of. We played the comp a little bit with the earshot rat, and that build that comp is kind of just more aggressive naturally than what we usually run. So I just decided to match it. You know.
Do you find that the Fasan hits more often, or staggers better than the earshot, or?
It doesn't stagger better. It's probably a better punish, but it requires a little more setup. It's not as just plug and play as just staggering or just pressing the button. It does all the damage. You kind of gotta have a little more placement for it.
Right, we saw quite a few times. If someone is ABing away from a Fasan user, even if the Fasan hits, they're gonna AB out of the zone before many damage takes.
Yeah.
I found in a lot of our games, you ended up getting the jump on me with that Fasan, and it just ruins my day.
Yeah, plus that glitch kind of helped with that a lot.
Yeah.
Just keep abusing the little stagger reset.
That's right, because if you're in a stagger like resetting combo, if you hit R while you have a charging back energy weapon,
no, not even. You don't even have to be.
Well, no, like a charge. I'm sorry, chargeable, not charging.
Yeah, if any EN weapon, you just press R and you just get out of stagger extend.
Like any laser cannon in the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little goofy.
Speaking of laser cannons on the back, boing boing bowls. I feel like I know the answer, but can you tell me why you decided to boing boing today?
The real answer is, if I'm being honest, most NA teams is like hitting like action figures. So it's like, do I really want to play boat for my last tournament? Nah, so I just memed it out. That's the real answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
Like, this honestly isn't a bad build. It did really well in JP scrims, but what happened, Shotgun Brothers, after a couple games, they brought out triple boat. So I was like, fuck it. And I brought out traditional boat.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah, it definitely does a lot to like more aggro comps, but anything with like double boat or something like that, it's probably gonna struggle with a little more.
Yeah, thicker builds that can stay far away in the air.
I'm really excited for the PvP version of Seamless Co-op.
No.
I don't know the actual name, but like with better netcode, I wonder if the big one-shot weapons will be as consistent.
Seamlessness.
You're a little dumb, that's all I know.
Yeah.
especially with 3's net code. Very cool.
All right. Hey, and thanks for showing up. Thank you, Strider, for showing up to threes. I know you're fairly new to it coming in, and yeah, just massive shout out to you guys. Massive shout out to Armored Losers showing up, winning the tournament. Congratulations on $250. Dominating performance throughout. I think you guys only dropped one game.
Yep.
Yeah, big shout out there. All right, and with that,
Closing it out.
Our first tournament has come to a close.
Woo!
Well, congratulations, sir.
Nailed it.
Nice.